Yo, check this out right here. Can you guys see that? It's Michael Jackson on the Pepsi thing. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So today was WWDC 2018. Apple revealed a lot of new stuff today, like iOS 12 and basically iOS 12. Like there's other updates, like a new Mac operating system, a new watch operating system, but not as cool as iOS 12. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do in this video, talk about iOS 12, and if there's time, I'm going to talk about the other stuff. But yeah, before we begin, subscribe to the YouTube channel right down there so you don't miss out on our 2018 movie, Detective Jones, and the nuclear missiles, man. The teaser trailer drops tomorrow, so yeah, subscribe so you don't miss it. Alright, now, let's get started. One of the biggest things with iOS 12 is that it now does better support for older devices. What Apple really tried to do with this update, which is different from the other update, is that they really tried to, optimize it for older iPhones, such as the iPhone 5S and iPhone 6. Once you update to iOS 12 on those old devices, it's not going to slow down your device, it's going to actually make it faster, which is something new. Android does not do this. Like, all your Android fans, just know that Android does not support their latest software on devices that's like 5 years old. Apple does. Like this iOS 12 supports all iPhones, including the iPhone 5S. That's the earliest it can go. The iPhone 5S came out in 2013. So that's 5 years of iPhone 5S still getting updates, which is impressive. That's props to Apple. And with iOS 12, it's really gonna, help improve it. Make it faster. That's the biggest thing that they try to do. I'm gonna cut to the biggest feature in iOS 12, which is finally group FaceTime. And group FaceTime doesn't just mean, only 3 people, only 4 people. No, Apple went all out. They said that the max amount of people that can be in a group FaceTime is 32 people in one FaceTime video call. That is insane. Now, I know what you're asking. How can you fit 32 people in the screen? It's gonna be tiny to see them. No, what Apple did was they made it into the bubbles type of thing. You know how an Apple Watch, the interface is all bubbles, and once you move around, the bubbles enlarge and get smaller. That's the same thing in this case, except they're squares. So basically, you can see up to 3 people on the screen, and you have more than 3 people on a call. You can see them at the bottom next to your own picture. And if you want to see them, you can click on them, and their picture will enlarge. But that doesn't mean whenever someone's talking you have to click on their thing for it to enlarge. It automatically does it for you. So when someone talks or says something, their bubble, their interface will automatically enlarge to, so they have the bigger, space, so you can see them easily. And when someone else starts talking, theirs will decrease and the new person that's talking will increase. It's like that. But if you want to focus on one person in the group FaceTime call, you can double tap on their own thing and theirs will stay permanently, enlarged, unless you want to close it. And whenever there's a group FaceTime and you're a part of the group, you can join the call at any time. So it doesn't mean once you get the call you have to join at that time. You can join whenever you want, as long as, the call is still going on. It's also ringless notification. So if you're in a group chat, because, iMessage, you have groups, so you're in a group chat, right? You can initiate a FaceTime call within that group, within the iMessage app. So that's how you really get, actual, notification for a call. It's not out of the blue type of thing. Unless if you, set a, setting for that, you can do that too. But mainly it's for, the iMessage thing. Once you're all in the group, you all feel talking face to face through your phone, you can do that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They finally did it, and they overdid it. Another cool thing they did with iOS 12 is some Siri Shortcuts. Yes, you heard that word right. Shortcuts. Now you can have shortcuts initiated with Siri. What that means is that you can ask Siri to do something that will take less steps if you're doing it normally, if that makes sense. Let's just say you were gonna, or planning on driving home, but when you do that, you have to send a text to someone saying that, yeah, I'm heading home. You also want to, once you're in your car, you want to set up the right music to play at the time, or a podcast or a book, anything like that. So do you get what I'm saying? You have multiple steps that you do once you do that one thing. Now with shortcuts with Siri, you don't have to do all of that stuff with your phone. You can just ask Siri with a customized phrase hey Siri, I'm driving home, and then it can automatically do what you set it to do. It can automatically send a text, it can automatically, set up the audiobook or the music that you want to play in the car. It does it all for you just by asking it to. And like there's a new shortcuts app for it too, so you can go in the app, you can do your own, you can make your own shortcuts for all the things that you want to do. It's kind of hard to explain. It's something that you have to like see for yourself for you to understand the concept of it. Another thing that they did with iOS 12 is updates to the iMessage app and Emojis. Now with Emojis, you now have a new thing called Memojis. And basically, instead of animals, they're humans now. Human emojis that you can interact with. Not just that, you can also make your own emoji type of thing. Not emoji, emoji. That's what they're calling it. It's kind of, I don't know why. Now you can basically make your own, like you can basically make yourself with Memojis, and you can send that to other people. You can do whatever you want with it, just like you did with Emojis. You can now do with yourself. So my face could be a Memoji. That's crazy. So that just shows you that Apple's really behind this gimmick feature. And with iMessage, when you want to, take a picture and you want to send it, you now have new effects to it, like new filters for it. You can put your Memoji on your face if you want to. You can just also stickers, shapes, all that stuff. Now, once you take a picture within the iMessage app, you have all those like new effects and stuff. iOS 12 will now support AR features too. Like one of the games that they showed us was like a Lego game, but it's all AR. So that's cool. It shows you that Apple's actually heading into that AR direction with their headset coming out in 2020. And yeah, this is like a first step into that direction. Now there's some new search features and stuff with the Photos app. Now, when you want to search for something, it's more like it shows you more information now. If you want to search for a certain picture, it will help you do that. Also, there's a new tab called For You, which will now be the new spot for all your memories and like video memories that was introduced in iOS 11. iOS 12 now has that in the For You section. Also in the For You section, just like specialized pictures and stuff, not special. Pictures that you've taken that are grouped into one thing, one event in the For You section. You click on those, you can see all the pictures that the iOS thinks that you really like, and they put that in there. And you can also have like sharing options too. Easy to share like those pictures on Facebook and stuff. And also you can share those pictures with your friends that were there at the event. And then, once they get that notification, they can also send pictures that they have to you that you don't have, which is pretty cool. So you all have the same pictures now. Again, this is one of those things that you have to see for yourself to fully understand it, because it's kind of hard to explain. Apple's going a little crazy here. Another feature that Apple did with iOS 12 is screen time. Now basically this allows you to monitor the usage of your phone, seeing what you do and tracking what stuff you're really into, or like what you're doing with your iPhone. And it also helps you cut back on using your iPhone like way too much. It tells you how many hours you spend on social media, tells you how many hours you spend like using the Safari app on the iPhone, phone, messages, FaceTime. It shows you all of that. And also what's cool is that you can set limitations for apps. So if you really play let's just say you play Fortnite a lot, but you really once you play it, you can't really stop playing it. You can set a limitation for it so that after a certain amount of time, a notification will pop up saying, hey, you have 5 minutes left to play this game before you go overtime on it. So within this time, you should probably, leave the app and, get back on track with your life before you get really addicted into the game. Stuff like that. It helps you manage your health, I guess. It helps you not be as addictive to your device and be more connected to the real world and being on task. So that's pretty cool. Also with iOS 12, there's better notification management stuff. There's a new UI for it. So on the lock screen or notification center, if you have 10 different messages in the iMessage app, instead of it all being shown right then and there, it's grouped into one now. And if you want to see all of them, you just click on it, it'll expand and you can see all of them. Click it again, it'll go back into one little thing. Better organization for it now, finally. Android's been doing this for a while. iOS now did it, thank God. So yeah, that's iOS 12 in a nutshell right there. This iOS 12 update is compatible with every iPhone since iPhone 5S. So if you have an iPhone 5S all the way up to the newest iPhone, which is iPhone 10, you can have this update. And the iPad mini 2 through 4 can get this update, along with iPad Air 1 and 2. The iPad 5th generation and 6th generation can have this update, along with all the iPad Pros. That's a lot of devices that iOS 12 is going to be running on. And iPod Touch 6th generation, if you're still that poor stupid kid that has it. We did get updates for, macOS. There's a macOS update and an Apple Watch update. So basically the new macOS update is called macOS I don't even know. Here's what the word is. But basically one of the new features, one of the coolest things is dynamic wallpapers. Now that doesn't mean the wallpapers move around when you move the device. No. Basically, the wallpaper will adapt to the daylight of your location. So if it's daytime where you are in the morning, so if it's daytime in the morning, the wallpaper will be morning. But as the day goes on, the sun will set in the wallpaper. So by nighttime where your location is, on your wallpaper on your Mac, it's night there too. It's pretty cool. Also, dark mode is now implemented with some of the apps on the Mac OS. So like the Messages app or the Finder app, now there's dark mode within that. So once you enable dark mode, it's not just the status bar or the dock that's dark. The apps too will be dark. And also group FaceTime is now in the new Mac update. There's a revamped app store now. The layout's different. And there's also new apps like News, Docs, HomeKit, and I keep forgetting the last one, Voice Memos. And with the Apple Watch updates, there's a new walkie-talkie app feature. Basically is like what it is, walkie-talkie on your Apple Watch. That's it. That's all it is to it. Also with the Activity app, you can now challenge other people for your workouts and stuff. And all these updates will be coming out in the fall of 2018, around the time the new iPhones come out. That's when, all these updates will be released. Yeah, you can get the beta now, too, from Apple.com. If you want to get a full understanding of all the features in iOS 12, Apple Watch, and Mac OS, yeah, Apple.com, go there. You can see it, too. And that's pretty much it. If you like this video, click it a like. If you don't like it, dislike it. Comment down below what your favorite feature is and any of the updates. And yeah, subscribe so you don't miss out on Detective Jones and the Nuclear Missiles, which comes out in the summer of 2018. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.